Do know me. Y'all don't know me at all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Back when I was a kid, I did think about becoming a wrestler. And you wanna know what I did say? I would never wear something like this. I'm not wearing drawers in the ring. I'm gonna wear something like this. What Edge got on, Christian, John Cena, Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Something fly, something cool. Something like what Trick got on right now. Hold on. I'm talking about the coat. You know what I'm saying? The little robe. Like Ric Flair. Let's start the vid. I'm telling you, I gotta click on the vid.
The wrestler formerly known as Manu in WWE was competing at an independent show. His opponent was an 18-year-old wrestler who, like Manu, had a Samoan character. The only problem was that this 18-year-old wasn't actually Samoan. Manu didn't even wait for the bell to ring to express how he felt.
Oh my god! What the? Holy shit! What?
Fake Samoan? You telling me? I mean, if it's his gimmick, you can't be pissed at that. I'm gonna be honest.
Didn't even ring the bell.
What, taking that to heart? Those real kicks, bro. Real hits.
Oh my god! Keep him away from me. Oh my god! Wait, what? Oh my god! Jesus, indeed. Dude, the aura's unreal.
Shut your mouth, boy.
Get this piece of shit out of my ring.
Oh!
I don't know what island you think you come from, but it sure as ain't the South Pacific, you piece of shit.
Bro, it's his gimmick, man.
You got some bad advice from some bad trainers, because I don't play wrestling. I bled for this shit. My family bled for this shit for generations. I am not gonna let no bullshit Puerto Rican piece of shit put a skirt on and act like he's Samoan.
That's kind of racist.
The real bloodline.
Oh, he streamed this.
Why he attacked his opponent, but fans were quick to point out that Manu's cousin, WWE Hall of Famer YonkoTy.
That's your cousin. This is your cousin. Oh my gosh, boy. Hey. Hold on, boy. Hey, shout out to your cousin. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. And guess what? I would say this to your face. I'm a trash talker in person too. You put hands on me though. I am in the South. My uncle do have guns.
Portrayed a Japanese
My family do have them.
And while actually being Samoan. It's unclear what happened to the 18-year-old wrestler, but it's safe to assume he no longer pretends to be Samoan.
You gonna get jumped? Yeah, hey, they gonna have to jump me, then get shot. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Southern family, they ain't gonna play that. Grandpa got him, uncle got him, aunt, and we got him.
This was a completely one-sided fight, but this next incident wasn't. At an independent wrestling event in California, 4 wrestlers were competing in a fatal 4-way match. 2 of the competitors were Eddie Kingston and Chris Hero, with the latter winning the match. After it was all over, Chris Hero stayed in the ring to talk on the mic, but Kingston lay in the corner while making a disrespectful gesture. Hero got upset by this, and all hell broke loose.
Get in there. Come on, ref, get in there. Yeah. He almost got that Tommy Dreamer fit.
Eddie Kingston never explained why he made the gesture, but he and Chris Hero personally resented each other.
It's a gesture. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That ended up kicking him. He's soft. He's soft, bro. Ain't say nothing. It was only a gesture, bro. You ain't had no need to kick him. You ain't had no reason to.
Neither man has flat out said why, but it's believed that both wrestlers had strong personalities and would clash. Also, allegedly, Eddie Kingston also felt that Chris Hero played a role in one of his close friends leaving wrestling. This would explain why Kingston was so quick to start a fight with Hero. But incidents like this don't just happen at small independent events. In August 2021, Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair had what should have been an uneventful match. Early in the contest, there were several moments where things got a bit stiff, but nothing out of the ordinary. However, things began to get a bit odd when Charlotte went to grab Nia, and Jax instead got to her feet. Charlotte then slapped Nia in the face, which caused Jax to snap. The two began legitimately slapping each other, and the match completely spun out of control. The two tried to get the match back on track, but they were clearly not communicating. The two took a few more physical shots at each other before stumbling their way to the finish. After it was done, Nia Jax gave her side of what happened.
You know, it was the miscommunication. Things got heated, like legit got heated in that match. And I did warn her a few times.
This woman is on testosterone. I've been thinking this every single time I done seen this beast. I'ma be honest with you. She's on testosterone, HGH, whatever. Hey, I don't know what she on, man. You eating some nasty foods. Something's wrong with you, man. We gotta check this thing, bro.
Times to stop.
You should not be able to fight women.
Like to chill out, and she didn't. And so then I two-pieced her. And, you know, we came back.
Leave Nia alone. Why would I leave Nia alone? I heard that she actually hurt women. She needs training. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. Like, she can't wrestle for real.
We were calm and, you know, we were level-headed. We all kind of were just like, all right.
She looked like a man.
Ironically,
he can wrestle now. That's now. I'm talking about back then.
8 years earlier, a similar incident happened on Monday Night Raw. In August 2023, WWE pitted Sin Cara against Alberto Del Rio. Less than a minute after the bell rang, Sin Cara performed a suicide dive. Upon
he still wrestled.
Impact, the masked wrestler called for the referee. The move had dislocated Sin Cara's finger, and the match was called off. Alberto Del Rio was frustrated by this and began legitimately attacking Sin Cara, forcing the referee to physically intervene to stop Alberto. After the incident, Del Rio explained why he got so angry and what happened when he and Sin Cara got backstage.
You lazy bastard. Stop the match because you broke one of your fingers. I got really mad and I threw him inside.
I'm going to keep it a buck. Alberto is right. You only broke one finger. I understand it. It might, hey man, it's one finger, bro. We done seen people bleed and all. It's a finger. You can get that fixed. Let's finish the match.
The ring, I kick him for real. But of course, after the match, I say, hey man, I'm sorry, but you're just lazy.
I can understand.
Where's your heart? Where's your pride for the business? And he was like, well, you know, I just don't want to be here anymore. And I said, well, then leave, brother. And he did.
I heard Sin Cara missed out on so many cues back then in wrestling too. I'm gonna be honest, but I could understand if it was a shoulder that dislocated. Hurry up and pin me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I need to go get help backstage, bro.
He quit the company like 2 weeks after.
In 2003, an independent wrestler named Masada got an opportunity to wrestle in WWE. His opponent was Maven, and the two were meant to have a simple match, with Maven getting the win. After performing a neckbreaker, Masada covered Maven using his right foot. Maven immediately broke character and took Masada to the mat.
That boy said that's disrespectful, boy.
The scuffle ended quickly, and the two got the match back on track. Maven would address the incident directly on his...
I ain't never saw you in your prime. I'ma keep it a buck. I'm finna say, Maven. I know the name. I know I'm not tripping.
Ended quickly, and the two got the match back on track. Maven would address the incident directly on his YouTube channel.
You see me in the corner throwing fists. I wasn't stiff with those fists. I wasn't hitting him. I wasn't trying to hurt him in any way. I was just trying to let him know that there is absolutely no way I could stand for him covering me that way. Why did I do that? Because in my head, I was imagining Arn Anderson asking me why I would let someone not named Chris Jericho put his foot over top of me. In our business, that's a very derogatory way to cover somebody.
Typically, it's the rookie wrestlers who get humbled by the veterans, but that's
not
what
happened
in this next incident. In 2005, wrestling legend Rick Steiner was competing in a tag team match in Florida. One of Steiner's opponents was a man named Vordell Walker. Once Walker got tagged in, Steiner instantly began taking liberties with the young wrestler. However, what Rick Steiner didn't realize was that Walker was a legit MMA fighter. Once Vordell had enough, he began fighting back and started grappling with the wrestling veteran. Walker eventually managed to take Steiner to the mat and put him in a hold.
That's one thing I want to learn how to do, bro. I mean, hey, it's either take boxing, I'm talking about real comp, or learn that, like just straight real grappling. I'm talking, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't gotta, we up in the solid, we ain't gotta take out the pole. But if I get you for it, I want to know for a fact, if I just got you, you done. You're done.
After a bit, both men got back to their feet.
You not getting
Steiner
out.
looking exhausted. Walker tagged out, but that wasn't the end of it.
Good. Go this way. Go back.
But y'all know was talking about I might have tight hip flexors or something like that. I need to find out a way to loosen them things up. Yeah. She might be right.
In August 2025, MMA fighter Raja Jackson was a guest at an independent wrestling event.
Alright, we already know the situation, but I'm gonna keep it a buck.
August 2025,
Hold on.
MMA fighter.
We gotta blame him. You had a problem with that wrestler. Know what I'm saying? Then you what's it called? You egged him on so he can do your dirty work. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you wanted to get your little get back with what's my name? Psycho Stu, that was his name. You should have ran up on him. We all know this one, bro. I think he's still locked up right now.
Raja Jackson was a guest at an independent wrestling event in California. Raja was hanging out backstage while live streaming, and plans were in place for him to have a small role on the show. The wrestler Raja would be working with was Psycho Stu. When Stu saw the camera, he decided to add a bit of drama.
Yeah. Hey, I think that's a little. Oh, you don't. Easy. He's not a worker, bro.
Raja was upset about what Psycho Stu had done, and it looked like Jackson was ready to throw down. However, other wrestlers got between them, and the situation was de-escalated. Stu apologized, saying he thought Raja was a fellow wrestler, and it appeared that Raja accepted it. However, another wrestler on the show pulled Raja aside and planted an idea in the MMA fighter's head.
So when you run on his shit,
I would accept that apology. Like, hey, bro, just know when you get in that ring, I'm gonna get a good lick in. We straight then.
give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is? Give him that receipt, bro. Tag his shit.
Raja Jackson then sat and watched the show, waiting for his moment. Once Psycho Stu was having his match, Raja Jackson jumped in the ring to perform his spot. However, Jackson completely snapped and unleashed a fury of real punches on Psycho Stu. After about 10 seconds of direct punches, one of the wrestlers backstage,
like, bro, I would have been stepped in on here too. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Doug Mallow, jumped in.
Like, the ref just sitting there. You gotta get fired for this too.
Raja off Psycho Stu.
You gotta know when to come in.
Later did an interview and explained exactly what happened.
What happened yesterday is he choked on his own blood.
On his own teeth, I heard.
Yeah, teeth and blood.
And he lost all of his teeth, right?
A lot of them, yeah. Broken facial bones. He was out on the slam, and then the guy had made contact multiple times. I remember seeing that, kind of being in shock, and then I just went. Aside of that, running in, there was other people that could have got involved that I made eye contact with, but they just stayed by the stage. Let me put it this way. I'm sorry to Stu that the people that said that they were your friends let this happen.
The incident left Stu with serious brain trauma, facial bone fractures, and other life-threatening injuries. Jackson was arrested and hit with multiple battery charges, but pleaded not guilty, and the case is currently working its way through the courts.
7 years, that's what it
wasn't the
said.
first time someone got into a wrestling ring with the intention of seriously hurting their opponent. In 2010, WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan was scheduled to have a match against Matt Bourne, better known as Doink the Clown.
Didn't somebody take his persona? Am I tripping? Somebody took this man's persona. I know I'm not tripping. Somebody took his whole persona, but no, I'm finna rush. Shut your mouth.
Duggan.
Did somebody? Is this always been his name? Cause I know I was watching wrestling for a while. Somebody used to come in and do just this.
Was scheduled to have a match against Matt Bourne.
I never knew bro name. I just kept on doing his moves.
Better known as Doink the Clown. Well, Duggan.
That's the same person? I'm bad with names. I just used to do the same stuff as a kid.
As just a regular match. Bourne saw it as his opportunity for revenge. Before their match, the two were talking about what they would do. Matt Bourne had wanted to use a steel chair and have more of a hardcore match, while Jim Duggan wanted to keep it simple. This angered Bourne, possibly because he wanted to inflict real damage on Jim Duggan. Bourne ultimately agreed to do it Duggan's way, but once they got into the ring, Bourne went off script and hit Duggan below the belt for real. This prompted Duggan to hit Matt Bourne with some real punches, and the two completely broke.
Hey, if you hit me in my teens too, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You gotta get knocked out on the spot too.
Character.
This is justified. Knock his tail out, bro.
Rather than continue the match, Matt Bourne left the ring and grabbed a chair. Jim Duggan grabbed his 2x4, and the two just stared at each other. The referee counted both men out, ending the match, and Matt Bourne then left the building immediately. Now, the reason this happened is an incident that occurred 25 years earlier, as Jim Duggan explains.
This was back in Mid-South. We were the Rat Pack. I was a young guy. It was me, DiBiase, and Bourne were the Rat Pack. We're a heel group. And I went over to Japan. My first trip to Japan, I was able to buy a car.
Hey, I thought so too. I want to get RKO'd. I want to get RKO'd by Randy Orton, bro. Speed got hit by Randy Orton or somebody, and he said it hurt. I kind of want to change it up, though. But I just want to jump off the top rope. Fire! Let it happen, man. Just one time by my goats.
Car, right?
Yeah.
I bought my first car, my first good car, and it's sitting there. And
I just want to see what it feel like. Mind you, I don't want to catch no airtime. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to jump off the top rope. I don't even know what move I want to do. Just know he better RKO me, bro.
We went out. Matt ended up he was rough.
I don't want to catch no choke slam, though, from nobody.
On women. He would actually, it wasn't rough on women. He got arrested many times for beating women. He was a piece of garbage. I have 3 sisters, 2 daughters. You don't put your hand on a woman. That just isn't happen. And he was after this girl in the bar. I put her in my car. Well, he spit all over my car and put a boot to it. And so next day we're at the Centralplex. I'm looking at my car, and DiBiase was like, "Yeah, that's a dent. That's a dent right there."
Oh boy.
He dented your car. So we're in the hallway of the Centralplex, and now we're arguing. Matt, boom, he made a leg dive for me. And of course, like I said, I won the states. I was undefeated amateur. The guy I beat for the New York State won the Pan Am Games. I was a pretty decent amateur, not Kurt Angle type.
Wow.
But I give him a match.
Yeah, holy smoke.
But anyway, so he tried to leg dive me. I just pushed it down. Everybody back then was wearing cowboy boots. I put the boots to him 2 or 3 times, so it had bing, bang, boom. And the big cat Ernie Ladd comes in, he grabbed me. That's it, breaks it up. So I go to the dressing room. I'm in there with DiBiase, and Matt comes back in, about half hour later or something. And he's like, F you, Doug, and this ain't over. Well, back then, old Hacksaw, if it ain't over, it's time to party. Here's Johnny. Go. And I worked him over pretty good that time. And then it was 25 years before he tried to take his revenge on me when
That's a long time to get your little get back, ain't it?
Wasn't expecting it.
Antonio Inoki is one of the most influential wrestlers of all
It's so, I ain't gonna lie, boy, I be forgetting about so many wrestlers. If you ain't tell me that's the same person, I wouldn't have known.
time. He founded New Japan Pro Wrestling and developed the strong style of wrestling. While he may have been a pro wrestler, Inoki could actually fight and beat you up if you wanted to. In 1977, Inoki was scheduled to have a match against a wrestler who shared the same name, the Great Antonio. However, it wasn't the name that upset Inoki.
Well, look, fool.
The Great Antonio was a strongman before he became a wrestler, and he had accomplished some very impressive feats. Because of this, the Great Antonio never usually sold any of his opponent's offense. This carried over into Inoki and the Great Antonio's match in December 1977. The match started with Inoki hitting the Great Antonio with moves that did no damage to the big guy. However, rather than take it seriously, the Great Antonio turned the match into a comedy routine with the strongman smacking his stomach and running the ropes for no reason. Inoki was slowly getting more and more upset that he was becoming the butt of the joke.
Finally, I mean, yeah, bro, sell some of the moves, man. We here to entertain. At least a couple. Bro, wanna be, you know what I'm saying, wanna play like he the Undertaker, man. He ain't taking no damage.
A few stiff shots from the Great Antonio caused Inoki to snap.
I like that shot. Come on.
Inoki took his opponent to the ground and began kicking the Great Antonio in the head. The repeated blows left the Great Antonio a bloody and barely conscious mess.
All right, bro.
The referee ended the match by calling it KO, giving Inoki the win. This put an end to the Great Antonio's wrestling career, while Inoki's would continue to flourish. Decades later, a similar incident would unfold that also took place in Japan. In 1999,
hey, I heard them Japan people. There used to be Japan wrestling that used to pop up on TV a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, but them Japan people be wrestling for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. Was I watching it? Yes.
A British wrestler named the Dirtbike Kid had the opportunity to compete against a Japanese wrestling legend named the Great Sasuke. The match began with Dirtbike Kid throwing a lot of offense. In fact, Sasuke didn't get a single move in for the first few minutes. This frustrated Sasuke, which would help explain what happened next. The momentum of the match changed when Sasuke started throwing kicks at the Dirtbike Kid. However, Sasuke started kicking Dirtbike Kid harder and harder, even delivering several blows to the head. Then, Great Sasuke got his opponent on his feet and placed him in a chokehold.
Alright, bro,
Within
now you did
seconds,
too much.
The British wrestler was tapping out, and the referee was begging Sasuke to release the hold.
Fonzo, what you doing? What would you do? You the ref in this situation. You done try pulling him off. What you doing? Be honest, you swinging on him, or you gonna put him in a chokehold too? I gotta do both. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro, I don't know why Kick be deleting messages. Hold on. Gotta choke him. Gotta choke him. I'm telling you.
Sasuke eventually let go, and the fight was over. About 5 years after the incident,
that's AI moderator, bro.
Explained what happened behind the scenes. My first match on the tour was scheduled to be against Sasuke, and it wasn't until the guys were warming up in the ring before the show started that I began to smell a rat, and a pretty big one. Sasuke had come up to me and basically told me that our match was only going to go 5 minutes. Now, straight away, I wasn't happy, but I didn't show it. You see, none of this was agreed when I signed my contract, and apparently, I heard that they didn't like me trying to negotiate with them. Sasuke said that I was going to dominate him for a while, and then he would fight back in a real flurry and spin kick me for his big, quick effing submission finish. Well, I had apparently already pissed them off because I refused to wear the stupid mask they had made for me. Now, sorry, but the Dirtbike Kid isn't a masked wrestler, so why the F do they want me on a masked man tournament? I managed to compromise with them and say that I'd wear it to the ring only and then rip it off, where I'd wear the usual biking face mask that I usually wear during my ring entrance. They didn't like it, I could tell, but they agreed to it. This incident basically put an